Mike Welch coming to you from the Churchill Downs media room with the last of our workout reports leading up to this year's Kentucky Derby. And before I talk about what happened on the track today, I would be remiss if I didn't thank all the folks, all the good human people that stepped in to help make these videos as entertaining as I hope you find them informative, starting with Todd Pletch, who kind of began this whole thing, and ending with Hall of Fame trainer Bob Baffert yesterday. And if Charismatic and Menethy act up in behind me today, then we're all going to be in a little bit of trouble. I also want to thank, I'd be remiss if I also didn't thank my camera person and producer Barbara Livingston, because none of this would have been possible without her help. So a big hand for her too as well. Let's look at what happened today. Yeah, the final regular training session before the Derby, Friday and Saturday morning. There are special sessions for the Derby horses from 5:30 to 5:45, but they're all out again today. Some went out a little earlier than usual because of the weather. Rain all over the area, although fortunately the rain did hold off. And I'm going to start with my #1 star today, and that's Irish War Cry. I think everybody who was out there today would just about agree that Irish War Cry, he was the star of the show today. He just looked unbelievable today. He was a little bit anxious a couple of days ago when he first came in, but he certainly has settled the last couple of mornings, and today he couldn't look any better. Picture perfect, a strong but very controlled gallop. He went about 1 3/4 before finally pulling up, looked confident, happy, galloping back to the barn. So #1 star today, Irish War Cry. He's one of the main contenders in here, and after watching him today, I think a lot of people are going to put him up on top of their top contender list. Irish War Cry for trainer Graham Motion. Always Dreaming. He wasn't the first horse out on the track again today. He was #2 behind Battle of Midway, but he did come out early again and went through the regular kind of thing we've been seeing with the draw reins on. He really tested Nick Bush on several occasions this morning. There were a lot of distractions, planes flying overhead, railroad whistles and sirens in the background. And he kind of felt his oats again this morning. He's trying to get that head up and out of those draw reins, but Nick Bush, I got to give him a lot of credit too. He's done an unbelievable job with him, keeping him at a controlled pace. He buck jumped a few times. It looked like every time he went to change his leads, he got a little bit rambunctious, but he made it around there without incident, and that's the bottom line, and a controlled without incident too. And the question remains, though, what's going to happen on Saturday when those draw reins finally come off. McCracken, also one of the ones that have trained super here over the past week and a half. He does a wally in the morning. He's not the most imposing looking member of this field, just very average looking at best, I guess, describing him. But he's had a good, steady week coming off that big work last Sunday. And he gives every indication that he's sitting on a big effort as well over a track that we know he loves. He's 3 for 3 here at Churchill Downs. State of Honor and Classic Empire for trainer Mark Casse. Well, in the morning, State of Honor has really been outshining his more heralded mate, Classic Empire. Like McCracken in the morning, you know, he doesn't look that imposing. He just kind of gallops along there, and probably no one would pay much attention to him other than the fact that he's the morning line favorite and the reigning 2-year-old champion who has had kind of a storied last few months. But State of Honor, again, another great morning today. He looks like he's sitting on a big effort. Whether it's good enough remains to be seen, but another great gallop. Classic Empire, I don't think has looked quite as sharp the last couple of days as he did, I thought, last week, but the main thing is he's getting around without incident. No problems, no trouble, and I'm sure that's what Mark Casse, that's all he's really looking for, just getting him there for Derby Day. Others worth noting, or other things are worth noting this morning. IRAP visited the starting gate for the second consecutive morning. He acted up. He was kind of anxious in the gate yesterday, but he looked a lot calmer, a lot quieter with the gate crew there, getting a chance to handle him for a second straight morning. Gervin, as I said yesterday, his first day since shipping over from Keeneland, not the smoothest mover that we've seen here. Not sure, I've never seen him gallop in the past. Not sure if that's just him or it's all owing to this little foot issue he had. Did a little more this morning. He got a chance to jog 1 mile the wrong way, kind of warm up a little bit, reverse directions, galloped a mile. A little bit better today, still not, like I said, not the smoothest mover in the field. Rosie Napravnik was aboard him again today. Gormley he's been a little fire plug the last 2 mornings. He's really on the muscle. He's been galloping 2 miles since he got here. The last 2 days, he's been a handful for his rider as well. Not quite always dreaming, but his rider, his arms are going to be a little sore come tonight as well, after having to try to contain Gormley, who has seemed to relish the cooler weather here at Churchill Downs. Hence, got warm again this morning. It's been pretty cool out here the last 2 days. Yesterday, a lot of neck sweat. Today, more kidney sweat. I'm not sure if this is a matter of concern for trainer Steve Asmussen. Otherwise, he looked great. I like the way he galloped. He came bouncing back off the racetrack today. I think he's one of the key contenders in here at a bit of a price, but I don't know if that's anything to worry about. It's going to be a cool day here again, I believe, on Saturday, so that may play in his favor. And then again, another good morning for Tappert. Tappert and Patch both look good today, but Tappert has had several good days. He keeps getting better and better from my eye, coming off of that work. And he's another horse that's going to be a price that I think is coming into a big effort on Saturday. Going to mention only one Oaks horse today, because I think you only need to mention one. After watching Paradise Woods train this morning, after watching her train for the last 3 or 4 days, but this morning especially, she just looked absolutely terrific. She galloped at a 2-minute clip. It didn't look like she was going that quick, but the watch didn't lie. I timed her a mile from the 6 furlong pole all the way back around in 1:59 seconds, and that's better than a 2-minute clip. And she just looked so happy, her ears pricked. She's going to take a lot of beating if she just gets any kind of a trip on Friday in the Oaks. Well, I hope you enjoyed these videos. Again, like I said, not only trying to make them informing, but this year a little bit more entertaining as usual. The response has been good, and we hope to be back here next year with more of the same. Once again, thanks for joining us on a regular basis. Thanks again to Barbara Livingston for all her help. And remember, for all the best coverage of this year's 2017 Kentucky Derby, stay right here at drf.com.